What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Finance Phrase update video. Now, in the last video, we covered, I want to say, 3 new animatronics that were all put together in like one giant paragraph. It was Circus Baby, Nightmare Bonnie, and Nightmare Mangle. In today's video, we have 2 animatronics to discuss, and they're pretty insane. I think you guys are going to really enjoy them. But before we get into that, of course, if you guys want to see more Finance Phrase update videos, be sure to drop a like on the video down below, drop a comment saying update, and be subscribed to the channel for more content just like this if you enjoy what you see here. But as I told you guys, we're getting closer and closer to the end of this progress bar. If you guys go to scottgames.com, you will see it is now at 92%. Last time we saw it, it was at 88. Obviously, now it's at 92. That means we have 2 new characters to discuss. And like I said, they're pretty cool, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy their attack cycles and just them overall. So the 2 characters, as you guys can see on screen right now, are William Afton, aka Scrap Trap, and Scrap Baby. So, 2 of the most exciting animatronics that you could possibly have are now going to be in the they are now in the roster, basically, so it should be pretty cool. Anyways, let's start from the beginning. We're going to read through them, see what their attack cycle is, and then of course break it down after that. So William Afton, aka Scrap Trap, often has the distinction of having the simplest mechanic in the game, but also possibly the scariest. He will only attack once per night, and there will be no way of knowing in advance when this attack will happen, or if it will happen at all. He will always attack from the vent on the right wall, and when he does, there will be a violent clamoring sound in the vent, and the light will flicker, the lights. When this happens, you will have only a fraction of a second to close the vent door, or your run will end with Afton screaming in your face. After that, we have Scrap Baby. Once per night, she will appear on the other side of the desk, slouched over and appearing to be decommissioned. There will be a shock panel sitting next to her. You can shock her at any time by clicking on this button, but it will drain 1% of your power each time you do so, and it will have no effect until she is poised to attack. You must refrain from pushing the button until you notice that she has moved. Shocking her at this stage will cause her to leave your office and not return. If you fail to notice that she has moved and bring up your monitor again, you'll have nothing but a jump scare to look forward to. So those are the 2 animatronics, and man, do they sound insane, and both fairly terrifying. It seems like if you mess up one little thing for either of these animatronics, it means immediate death. So for William Afton, aka Scrap Trap, which I like the fact that he put William Afton and then Scrap Trap instead of just putting Scrap Trap, you know, just to 100% confirm that everyone knows William Afton is Scrap Trap, which is really cool. Anyways, like it says he has the distinction of having the simplest mechanic in the game, but also the scariest. Because as he says, he'll only attack 1 time per night. So, I mean, once you get rid of him, once he attacks just 1 time, you do not have to worry about him ever again after that. There'll be no way of knowing when he's going to attack, so that's also pretty terrifying. You could be worrying about like every other animatronic. Let's say you're playing 50-20 mode, you've got to worry about just everyone else, Nightmare BB, JJ, everyone like that, and then all of a sudden, you know, this is going to happen and you don't know what to do about it. So it says, or it won't even happen at all. So that's also a possibility, which I forgot about that. So I mean, you might get lucky and it won't even happen. That'd be great, but probably it's going to happen. He will always attack from the vent on the right wall. So as you guys know from the first screenshot that we saw of the office, they have that vent on the right side. That's the only place he's going to come from. So you just got to keep an eye on that. And when he does, there'll be a violent clamoring sound in the vent and the lights will flicker. So you're not going to not know that he's there. You know, if you see lights flickering, you're going to hear that sound. You're going to know who it is. So it's not going to like catch you off guard. You're not going to like not know he's there, which is good, because it would suck if he just like appeared in the vent and, you know, he didn't make a noise or anything like that. And it just relies on you like finding him like before he kills you. But luckily, you'll know he's there. You're going to hear a giant amount of sound coming from the right. You're also going to have the lights flickering. So it's going to be really hard to miss him, unless maybe you're on your tablet, but I have a feeling even around the tablet, you'll still be able to see the office lights flickering. So you won't miss this guy. And it said when this happens, you'll have only a fraction of a second to close the vent door, or your end will end with Afton screaming in your face. So you have a fraction of a second to close that vent door, which this sounds terrifying, because usually with me, it takes me a second to like register what's going on. So I'm going to be playing, you know, I'm going to be focused on so many other things. I'm going to see the lights flickering. I'm like, oh wait, who's that again? And then by the time I think of it, boom, dead. So that's actually pretty scary. Like, you've got to be really on top of things. As soon as you see those lights flicker, as soon as you hear that sound effect, you better quickly get to that vent and you better close it, because he literally says a fraction of a second. So I don't know if he's just being, you know, like overreacting or what, but if there's actually a fraction of a second, you don't have a lot of time. Which, if I had to take a guess, I'd say you probably have, you know, a few seconds, because if it is even a second, that's really going to be difficult, unless it gives you until after the lights stop flickering and, you know, the sound stops playing, then he'll jump scare you. But overall, I mean, William Afton he just seems like he's gonna be terrifying. He really does. Like, there's not much to do. Like, you can't, there's not many ways to get rid of him. The only way to really get rid of him is to close the vent on him. And like I said, you have a second to do that. That's terrifying. Anyways, after that, we have Scrap Baby, like I said, once per night. So once again, you only got to worry about her one time per the night. She will appear on the other side of your desk, which, as you guys know, if you played Five Nights at Freddy's 6, you'd have that thing where you had the option of either scrapping them or, you know, throwing them into the dumpster. So basically, it is Scrap Baby. So she's going to be in that kind of position on the other side of the table. And yeah, it's actually really cool. He's carrying that over from Five Nights at Freddy's 6 over to this game. Now, just like in the game, instead of having like a clipboard, you're actually going to have your camera system. So, you know, you'll pop up your camera system, you'll be looking around, you know, taking care of other animatronics, and you'll exit out of the camera system and Baby will just be there. So what's interesting about her though is, just like in Five Nights at Freddy's 6, when you pull up the clipboard, every time you pull up that camera system, she's going to move closer and closer. Now it says, I think it says if she moves even a bit, you can actually shock her to send her back. Now what's interesting about her though, and the whole mechanic about her, is you can shock her at any time you want, but every time you do, it drains 1% of your power, which, if this is like any other Five Nights at Freddy's game, I think it requires at the minimum, I want to say like 15 to 20% power for each hour. So, I mean, let's say you're already low on power, you're at 5 a.m., if like it just hit 5 a.m., you have 15%, you can't be risking shocking her. Like, you have to get it right. And if you mess this up, it's going to cost you your run, which is actually pretty terrifying. Now, anyways, back to the you know, description of her. It said you can shock her at any time by clicking this button, but like I said, it'll drain 1% of your power each time you do so, and it'll have no effect until she is poised to attack. So you'll see her moving closer and closer. If I had to tell you a guess, like, I really don't know. It might just be, you know, one of those instances where she shows up, she'll move once, and that means that you can shock her and she'll go away, or it might mean she'll move closer and closer, but until she's literally just about to attack you, she won't go away if you try to shock her at any other moment besides that moment. So that could be intense. What else? Where did I leave off at? It'll have no effect until she's poised to attack. You must refrain from pushing the button until you notice that she has moved. Shocking her at this stage will cause her to leave your office and not return. So once you get rid of her one time, she is gone for good, just like William Afton. These guys are terrifying, but once you get rid of them, they're gone, which that actually sounds kind of nice. Now, I'm curious though, because if you guys know from Five Nights at Freddy's 6, you know, every time you pull the clipboard, like I said, the scrap animatronic will move closer and closer. So what I'm curious for is, let's say Baby appears on the other side of the table and you just continuously open and close your monitor. You do it over and over and over and over and over again. Will that cause her to attack faster? Because if that is the case, like, let's say you can do that and it will cause her to attack faster, but maybe if you mess it up, she will jump scare you. Like, she'll go away faster, but she'll also jump scare you faster too. So I'm curious if that'll be like a thing in the game. And if it is, I mean, that actually seems like it'd be a pretty cool mechanic. I mean, overall, these characters do seem pretty cool, but oh, we didn't really finish off Scrap Baby, but it just says if you fail to notice that she has moved and bring up your monitor again, you have nothing but a jump scare to look forward to. So once again, if she does move, so I guess she can move while you're looking at her, but if she does that and you don't notice, you pull up the monitor, it means instant death. So I guess if she moves while you already have the monitor up, you'll be okay. But if she moves when, you know, you haven't already put the monitor up, then you're kind of dead. Also, I want to put a quick little post out here. If you guys don't know, I can't remember the name of the books. Like I said, I don't really follow the book series all that much. But the newest Five Nights at Freddy's book that actually got announced a few months ago, apparently it got leaked by Amazon, which I just want to say that really sucks. Like, the entire book just got completely leaked by Amazon, and I would be so mad if I was Scott. And yeah, it's really unfortunate. That's what it's called right here. It's the Five Nights at Freddy's The Fourth Closet book. So apparently Amazon leaked like the whole thing, from my understanding. All the spoilers for it are out there, and Scott made a huge post about it saying just how unfortunate it was. So I really want to say though, if you guys do want to support the book series, I wouldn't read the leaks. I would just say go ahead and purchase the book on Amazon. I think it's like $5, or like if you buy it digitally, and physically I think it's like 10 or something like that. So like I said, if you really want to support Scott and the author, I really do think, you know, if you're into that, if you're into the book series, you should definitely pick it up, because if you liked, you know, I mean, there's like what, 3 other books before this, so if you like those, I think you'll like The Fourth Closet for sure. But from what I was reading, some of the spoilers in that are absolutely insane. I really want to read this book series, because just some of the stuff that, you know, has been talked about in that just sounds crazy. But guys, I just want to update you on that. Also, you know, with the character updates, just that the book kind of got leaked, and It's everywhere right now, and it's all over Reddit. But guys, I'm in this video here. Let me know your thoughts on William Afton, aka Scrap Trap, and Scrap Baby. Like, who do you guys think is coming up next to? Where do you think it's going after this progress bar is done? Do you guys think he's just gonna release it after this, or do you guys think, you know, there's gonna be some other teasers going up on the page and you know, stuff like that? But guys, I'm in this video here. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you do, channel subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.